Today is August the 6th, 2024. Today makes day 366, I guess. Knowing me, I do this on a leap year and have to do one extra day of running. But today makes, once I complete this run today makes 1 year of running at least 2 miles every single day. It's currently 12:54 in the afternoon. Okay, my watch told me to do a little alarm. I didn't tell it to, but it did. I'm currently driving to downtown Irving right now. That building's getting past me. I'm driving to downtown Irving right now to get my run in. My 1 year run in today. I'm super excited about it. I don't know how far I'm gonna go yet or all that fun stuff. I just know I'm gonna go run. And once I get there, I'll keep you guys updated. And we're just gonna go get after it. So, wish me luck. We're currently 0.67 miles into my run today. I'm telling you, these days, in some instances, they've flown by. In other ways, it's been the longest year of my life. But that's all right, because we're getting at it today. It's hot, but that's just an excuse to make to not get out and get better. This whole summer, I've kind of lost that dog mentality I had back during the winter and the spring. Working out every day and getting after it and doing the stuff the right way. I've been kind of slacking. I'll turn around here and the dog's in the parking lot. But this whole summer I've kind of, I wouldn't say slacked off, because I've kept the streak alive, but didn't do as well as I did working out wise, eating wise, and all that stuff that I did back in the day and back in the winter and spring. But you know what? We're here. All we can do is get better, and that's what we're going to do today. It's currently 1:12 in the afternoon. Let's keep this run going. Courthouse right now, about mile 0.6 in. We're getting after it today. I couldn't ask for a better day to be doing this. Sun's out, barely any clouds in the sky, and we're cruising, man. We were just cruising. A lot of traffic today. You gotta watch out for cars. Make sure I don't get hit, but we're on the sidewalk most of the time anyways. Day 366 complete. We had to slow it down today. Well, we had to cut the run short because I was going for 4 to 5 miles. That was my goal today, but I only did 3.36. I was about to go down, to be honest with you. It's 90 or 89, but it feels a lot hotter than 89. But I picked the worst time of day to do this, but I was just feeling it, to be honest with you. I'm sitting in the parking lot right now, trying to hydrate up a little bit. Got some water, got a Prime. My first 2 miles, I was moving good, but just around that second mile mark, every time I go for a run, it's the first 2 miles that are the hardest ones, every time. But today, the first 2 miles were easy, and the third mile was it was rough. I don't know if I was just going too fast or what was happening, but it was awful, the third mile. But I got down past the Twin. I went down to Ferris's garage down there by the Pregnancy Help Center on River Drive, turned around and came back to the car. On these runs, I park in that little parking lot across from Steam Engine. But if you know where it's at. But I'm telling you, today was brutal. Absolutely brutal. But we got it done. That's the main thing. Got it done. A year of this. I've been doing this for a year now. Absolutely crazy to think of. It just feels like, I remember the day one of this running streak. I was running, we just got back from Detroit. We were coming home from SummerSlam in Detroit, Michigan, me and my buddies. And I got home, it was like 10, 11 o'clock. And I've been running, I was running before this trip. And oh, he's turning, I can go. I was running before this trip to Detroit, but that day of SummerSlam, I couldn't. I was just so busy. Oh goodness, that ain't good. Phone just died. Anywho, I was running, that just threw me off, but I was running every day before this Detroit trip. But I was in Detroit all day, driving all day, that Saturday, August 5th. And that was during SummerSlam. I mean, I gotta fix this phone. But that was during SummerSlam and all that fun stuff. So I just couldn't run that day. I just didn't have time. I was so busy. It was just go, go, go. Didn't have time to run. But we got home August 6th, 2023, and I ran 2 miles that night. Or shoot, that was a Sunday. I might have done a 5K then. I just remember running. It was pitch black outside, and I told myself that night, I'm like, we're going. I remember telling myself during that run, it's like, we're going, and we're not stopping. We're not taking days off. And that's where I'm at now, 366 days later. August 6th again today, 2024, and we made it happen. We made it a year of this. But during this year, I done 2 5K races. I did the one EKU homecoming race. I did very well on it. I came 16 out of like 160. It was like a 23 something. It was like, I think it was 22:58 was my time in that race, which was absolutely crazy to me at that point in time. But then winter hit, and we were running in the snow, running in the freezing cold, taking ice baths every Sunday night. I mean, it was just, I wish I could go. I wish that mentality I had during the winter, I've lost it, and I need to gain it back somehow. But I had that just dog mentality of just doing hard things, getting after it in the winter, working out every day, like lifting weights, what I mean, working out every day, and just getting after it. Oh, goodness. I was in the car. And my dang phone overheated. I'm telling you, it's just one of them days. It's been one of them weeks, and it's just been one of them days where just if something go wrong, it would like to go wrong. But anywho, I can't complain. Or I think I was driving home, and I was talking about being a year into this and being in the winter running and all that good stuff. And I was talking about my other race that I did in the EKU homecoming race. But fast forward a little bit to April, did the Mushroom Festival 5K, and I did extremely well in that race. 4th overall out of like 100 and something people, first in my age group. So that was pretty cool, winning something in like my age group of just winning. That was such a cool experience for me. Ran it in like 20 minutes and 50 something seconds. I can't remember the exact time, but just talking about races still. Fast forward 4th of July, there was a 10K race in Lexington, and at the time this was only like my third 10K run I've ever done. I've done like 2 before that, just like out and about, but like the actual for the actual race, this was my first time I ever done it. And so I get there, there's 2,000 people in it. We show up, me and Andrew, we ran in it. We show up late, kind of late. We were still there on time, but we were there a lot later than I'd want to be because parking was awful in downtown Lexington and just all that stuff. But anywho, we get there and start in the back of the pack, and I'm just running around everybody, and it was the hardest thing that I've ever done in my life, probably, is that race. Just because I was pushing myself so hard for so long. Like 6.2 miles, that's a long way. So I ended up finishing that race. Let's see, what did I finish that race in? 43 minutes, I think. It was in 42 or 43 minutes. I can't remember the exact time. It might have been like high 42. I ran it at a 7:05 pace. But it was weird because like the first 2 miles were like 6:30. The second, third mile, 7:30. So, but I ran it at a 7:05 pace, and just whatever the math is on that. But it was the hardest thing I've ever done in my life to this date. Physically wise, and it was great. It was so rewarding, just being able to do that, and it was just so fun. But like this whole summer, like I was saying earlier, I've been kind of in a drought of not working out and not eating good, and just my sleep schedule's been whack, and just I keep saying it's like, the tiredness of running a year in a row now, it's finally starting to catch up. It's like, I've run every day for a year without taking a break. It's starting to catch up on me. I think it's that, and it's also that I'm not taking as good as care of my body as I was back in the spring. And so I need to start, getting back on track with that. Eating good, eating better, not eating a bunch of junk food, not eating too much like I have been recently. I guess the best word I can put to this is I've been complacent. I'm still out running every day, running at least 2 miles every day, but I'm not doing anything else to better myself. I'm just kind of sitting around. It's like, I gotta go run now. I'll go run. I gotta go do this. I'll go do this, and not being excited about doing things. And I think that's been my biggest issue the past little bit. But anywho, I think I need to quit being complacent, and I need to work harder on things I want to achieve. But anywho, here recently, I'm coaching middle school football. I'm an assistant coach. I'm an offensive and defensive line coach. It's fun. It's really fun. It just kind of sucks because we don't have a lot of kids on the team. We only got like 15 or 16 total now. So that stinks because for a football team, you need a lot of people. But it is what it is. All we can do is go out and do our best with the kids. We've got out, and I've got the other coaches with me, Pruitt and Elliott and Carson. We go out and we run after practices and stuff. We got practice tonight, so I don't know if I'll run again tonight. I might run again tonight, honestly. 1 year anniversary, might as well, But I've got them out running with me, and they seem to be enjoying it too. And it's just a good thing, exercising and bettering ourselves. And because like say other people see us doing that, then they want to do it, and they want to better themselves too. So, anyhow, coaching football has been a great time. It's been really fun. It makes you realize how much you miss something and miss playing a sport, miss doing something until you're around it again. Man, it makes me miss being on a team and just hanging out with your friends and doing something that you guys all love, and makes me miss that. But I'm glad I get to be a part of other people doing that stuff now too. So let's see, where else am I going with this? 2-3 weeks ago was day 350. It was day 350. Okay. The week before day 350, I went out. No, on day 350, I did do this. I think it was day 3. I can't remember. I had to look back at my records. But anywho, I was going to run as far as I could and as long as I could without taking a break. It was a Sunday night after church, and I went in downtown Irvin, and I ran for 8.25 miles. And my goal that night was 10 miles, but I went for 8.25 miles. And the reason I had to stop is because nature was calling. And if I'd have kept going, it'd have been a stinky ride home. I'll just put it that way. But that was a really fun run. Then a week later, that next Sunday night, I'm like, all right, I got to get the 10 miles in. I've got to. So I went back, did the same route, but only opposite. Instead of turning right, starting off right and going this way, I started off left and went this way and that way. But I got my 10 miles in that night, and it was an hour. It was like an hour 26 minutes, I think. Did an hour 26. But that was the farthest I've ever ran, was that 10 miles, and longest I ever ran. And that was just like 2 weeks ago, so I guess I'm still feeling the impact of that, or I really don't know. But this past year has probably been one of the better years of my life. Just growing up and I guess maturing a little bit. Got to do some great things this year. Like this past weekend, literally 3 days ago, I was in Cleveland, Ohio, watching WWE SummerSlam with some good buddies, and we went to a Guardians game and just seeing all these things I've never seen before. And just we were like around professional wrestlers. Like we met Tyler Breeze, which is a professional wrestler. Took a picture with him and just got up and close, and we saw Big E, we saw Michael Cole, we saw Pat McAfee up close. We saw Gunther, Liv Morgan, Braun Breaker up close. I mean, those are like the champions. They're like the champions of the WWE right now. So it was just cool seeing them up and close, and just being up at SummerSlam. That was so fun. It was so fun. But and just being in a new city. I've never been to Cleveland before. That was just great. But just this past year doing stuff like that, going to ball games. We went to Miami. Like we drove because we went to the beach back in April, and we drove from Inglewood, which is on the west side, the west coast, Gulf Coast, drove all the way to Miami on the East Coast in one day just to watch a dang baseball game. I mean, watch the Marlins play and see Mike Trout play. I mean, I'm just stuff like that. It's just been a great year. I'm just hoping for another one. I really am. I'm hoping for another great year. School starts back in 2 weeks. 2 weeks from yesterday, August 19th. We got our first middle school football scrimmage this Saturday. My cousin Julia, she's getting married Saturday. And just exciting things are happening in my life, and I'm just happy to be here. Just happy to be here. Happy to be able to say that I've run every day for a year in a row without taking a break. I'm just happy to say that I was healthy enough I never got sick, or never got sick enough. I did get sick a couple times, but I ran through it. Never got hurt, never got injured, never was in enough pain to like not be able to run. I was never just out of it enough that I couldn't go run. Like, I could always get out and run. And I'm just extremely blessed to be able to say that I've had the health to do that, and that's so cool. But I think that's all I got to say. Just a reminder, Jesus loves you, and that's all I got to say. 1 year down, and I'm excited to see what the future has to come for me. So, thank you. Have a good one.